BarbacoaCore.
What is up, everybody? Thank you for checking out a new episode of the BarbacoaCore Podcast. I'm your host, Patrick Huerta. Is the intro music too much? Is it the wrong vibe? Am I not setting the right vibe for the BarbacoaCore Podcast? I don't know, man. I like it. You know, it's my old band, Drosera. Okay. It's my old band, Drosera. Sorry, that's my fantasy football alert. Yeah, it's one of our tracks that we did on the EP that we recorded. I just slowed it down a little bit just to add a little oomph to it. I like using my own music for the intros. A lot of people go with like hip hop or like trap little sounds for intro music, and I thought I'd change it up and do rock. But is it the wrong vibe for a podcast? Like, I might change it. Changes are coming to the podcast, to the BarbacoaCore Podcast. I don't know what they are yet, but I do know that change. It might just be the intro music. I might just change the intro music and then just keep the show going. 'Cause why not? You know, here's the thing about me. I like to change directions a lot of times. As you know, of the history of the BarbacoaCore Podcast, it's gone through several different what is it, like, not platforms. What am I trying to say? Several different directions, maybe. From the beginning of the podcast, from the beginning of like this 3 years ago, that I've been doing it. And you know, it's just me trying to figure it out. When everything popped off, it kind of changed things because I stopped having guests, and I really do miss having guests on the podcast. I don't like talking to myself too much. I don't know if you like me talking to myself a lot. You know, I do miss guests. I don't want to do Zoom chats for the podcast, but I just might. I just might do that. I don't know. I'm still thinking about that. Changes are coming all around. Intro music, the way the podcast is run, the way I do episodes, maybe more changes. I don't know yet. I'm a waffler. I change my mind about things pretty often, a little too often, you know. That's just what I do. That's how my brain works. That's just how I like to do. I like to get excited about an idea and then just switch it up and just go like, oh, that's not my thing. Remember when I told you that I was like trying to learn software to create like logos and T-shirts and all that stuff? That's over. I'm done with that. It's hard. Learning new software is hard, and when things are hard, like I can't deal with too many difficult tasks. You know, life's too hard. Why add difficult tasks to it? It was fun for a little bit. I spent hours and hours of stuff. It's same thing with like music production. When I was doing music production, and that's just me sitting on the computer for like 8 hours just to create like a loop or a beat or a song or a track, however you want to say it. And then I go like, that's it, all 8 hours, and that's all I have to show for my 8 hours. And that's where I was going with the design, graphic design software and stuff. I still fuck with it every now and then. It's fun. It's a nice little escape from being on my phone with all the like the bad news or the nasty shares or just like the redundant jokes. I am so sick of that Leonardo DiCaprio meme. I've never seen that movie before. I guess it's from Django, whatever, where he's just laughing like an idiot, and everybody creates their own meme. Fucking stop! Can we just stop with that? Like it's not funny anymore, you know. And maybe because I didn't see the movie, but I'm pretty sure even if I saw the movie, I would be like, dude, that's enough. That's enough. Let's stop that one. I don't know. What am I talking about? I have been working with another group of buddies of mine. They have been they're the antisocial comedy group. I don't know if that's their official name. They're you could look them up. Antisocial Comedy. They've been producing shows throughout all this outdoor shows, social distance safe shows. They've been producing those at different venues that allow them to be social distant and keep up with CDC guidelines safely. And they have a podcast, Antisocial Hour, that started out on Zoom chats, and I've been on a couple of those. They switch out the host on a weekly basis. I've been the host on one of the early episodes, and then they have a panel. They call it the comic panel, but it was a bunch of open micers for the most part, and so yeah, I've been on the panel for that on the Zoom chats. We are starting to do live recordings. Where we actually have a live audience participating, watching, listening, however you want to say it. So they are in the early stages of that. So the past couple of weeks I've been helping with that, being a part of that. It's a lot of fun, man. It's so fun to just hang out with people whose only goal is to make each other fucking laugh. It's a competition. Everybody's competing to get the biggest laugh and stuff, which is fun. It's a whole new level. It makes you up your funny game, So be on the lookout for that. The Antisocial Hour podcast. But there's also the Antisocial Comedy Group. I don't know if that's the official name. Group Productions. I don't know. I was on the last one that they had last week. What's weird is that my laptop, the settings got mixed up, because I was trying to hook up my H6 to the laptop, and somehow my voice just come out so distorted, so I sound like this the whole time, and it's pretty weird. It's kind of cool. It makes me sound a little dopey. But that's not really how I talk. So I need to check out the settings on the laptop. It was fucking hilarious. Just I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I sound like I got a really bad sinus infection. But if it's fun just being on the panel for that. So they have, I don't know. I'm not saying we, I'm not really unofficially part of that group. But I will help them out because I do support whatever they do. It's a lot of fun. They're very eager to get stuff out there. Very eager to create a show out of this. And it's a great idea. Like, they have rotating hosts that come on and they tell a story. They get the floor to tell the story, and then we punch it up. We make the funny out of it. We bring the funny out. We add some stuff to it. We ask some questions that might lead to something that might be funny. We kind of empathize. Not empathize. Sympathize. I don't know words. But we kind of say, oh, that sounds similar to this situation. And then we go off and tell our little short story that is kind of connected to that. But it's really just us trying to make each other laugh. And that's a lot of fun to do. So yeah, check that out online. Antisocial Comedy Hour. I know that they're on YouTube. I've told them about the audio, not getting updated along with the YouTube, because that's how I listen to podcasts. I do the audio. I don't watch podcasts, but I listen to them throughout my workday. So I think they're a little bit behind on the audio platforms, but you can find them on YouTube. You can see me on there, see my fat face on there, and my weird deep. Hey guys, this is my antisocial comedy voice. So yeah, you can see that on YouTube. Antisocial Hour. Yeah. What else? Seahawks. 3-0, which is cool, man. I have a good time watching the Seahawks. I've been a Seahawks fan since I lived in Seattle, almost 10 years ago. Shit. But I lived in First Hill in Seattle, which is like a 15 minute walk from Soto, or from where, Questfield, or now it's Center League. It used to be called Questfield when I lived there, but Center League, and yeah. So I would just go roam, just go take a walk, and just go see all the madness about it, and just seeing all the hype and the people excited about a pro football team. Just like inspired me, motivated me to like start following the Seahawks and the Mariners, because they have Safeco Field is right next door to CenturyLink, what it's called now. It used to be called Questfield. So yeah, I would just go take walks and just see like all the tailgating and all the madness and stuff, and then I just go to the bar and watch the game. And so it got me a little carried away with that. That, and also, I don't know if y'all remember this, if you follow me on my socials, at Your Homie Pat. This was a while back though, but Russell Wilson still does. I don't know. I don't keep up with it, but he was doing visits every Tuesday to the Seattle Children's Hospital. And when my youngest nephew was born, he was in the hospital for a while, for a few months, up to almost a year. Different hospitals. And then when he was in Seattle Children's Hospital, he got a couple of visits from Russell Wilson and a couple of other Seahawks, and he also brought Macklemore by to hang out with my youngest nephew, and so that like pretty much solidified me being a Russell Wilson's fan, but also a Seahawks fan, even after the fact that I left Seattle. But yeah, anyway, Seahawks are 3-0. They're looking good. Still give me a heart attack every game. But not only are they 3-0, but my fantasy football league, I am 3-0 on that one. My fantasy team, Dirty Called Arsons, which is named after a band that I like, which is Dirty Called Arsons. But yeah, I'm currently 3-0. That might change this weekend. A lot of things are switching over because the COVID broke out within the Titans and the Titans and Minnesota. But I think Minnesota's fine. But some people on the Titans side caught COVID-19, and so they put the Titans and Pittsburgh on a bye. And this is all old news because I'm releasing this on Monday. I'm recording this on Friday the 2nd. So yeah, this is all old news. But anyway, 3-0. We'll see how. Maybe I won't be 3-0 by the time you hear this. Maybe I'll be 4-0, or maybe I'll be 3-1. That's just how it goes. What else, man? Oh, yesterday I did the Hot 8. The Hot 8 at LOL. And Jesus Christ, was it fun. Man, I love being on stage. I love fucking being on stage. I miss it so much. And there's not a lot of opportunities to get on stage with everything going on. There's a few shows. Like I said, Antisocial Comedy is doing a few shows. I was on one of the first ones that they did at the Well, which was fun, which was a lot of fun. And it's a great setup, great situation. They're having a few shows coming up. Again, follow Antisocial Comedy on the Facebook and all that stuff. But yeah, we had the Hot 8 show this past Thursday, and I was on it. Great lineup, man. It was so much fun to see everybody that was on there that I haven't seen in a while, and then also not only get to see them, but get to see them do comedy. It was a lot of fucking fun. Small crowd. It was a small crowd for a Hot 8. There was about like 20 people, 20 non-comics. So it was a lot of fun, man. And of course, they were like following safety guidelines, so everybody was all like spread out. And so it was kind of like you had to play to the whole room. And LOL is a huge place. And then even though they sit pretty close to the stage, but still like with the social distancing, so they were like tables apart a little bit. But it was so much fun, man. I had a blast. I ran the light by like a minute and a half, over a minute and a half, and that just means I went over my time by like a minute and a half, and I felt bad about that, but I just didn't know how to finish it. My closer took a little bit long, and but God, man, it was so much fun just doing comedy. I love that I have that outlet, you know? Like I feel like I recharge some type of battery or some type of I reset something, you know? And it's hard to explain if you're not in it, you know? But if you have something like a hobby or just something that every now and then you just feel like a sense of accomplishment from, you know, it's always great to actually like to get to do that, to continue to do that, and then you have a good night, which is like you have a good, if you're playing music and your band has a good show, or I don't know, if you were a streamer on Twitch and you have a good stream or whatever. I don't know how Twitch works. I don't know, but I'm trying to expand it too so everybody understands what I'm talking about. But just doing comedy, just going on stage and making strangers laugh, just that feedback, that instant feedback. You know, you say something that you think is funny, and then you hear from strangers that they also think it's funny. It's a rush. It's a fucking blast, and I had a good time doing it, man. It was fun. LOL has been doing a lot of safe social distance shows. They're doing it right, you know, and it was just fun to be a part of that. But so I did see a Zoom comedy show, Zoom online comedy show, a couple weekends ago. It was my homie Chris Grulon. He was producing the show. And I've never watched. I never sat down and watched the Zoom comedy show, but I wanted to check it out. My homie was doing it. It was his show, so I wanted to support in any way that I could. So I checked it out, and you know, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I talk a lot of shit about it, and I talk a lot of shit, and truth be told, without even knowing what was going on, without even knowing what the shows were. Now, would I do a comedy show? Before I would have said no, and now I'm just kind of like, it'd be nice to try out some new jokes. Like on the Hot 8, I didn't do anything new. I did a couple of new stuff up front, just to test it out to see how the crowd was, and then I was just like, let me just go to the stuff that I know that's worked before, and that's what I did for that set. So with the Zoom stuff, I would like to try to work out some new stuff that I've been writing. But I'm on the fence about if it's even worth it, like how I would like it. But I don't know. I do know that I won't be talking shit. I won't be talking down about the Zoom comedy shows because people are doing it. People are having fun. Both comics and the audience members, people dig it. You know, they like watching this stuff. They like being entertained. Comics get to try out some stuff. Comics get to maybe a little scratch that little itch of performing with the Zoom comedy show, and it's not as bad as I thought. And I might wind up doing that. We'll see. I don't know. So yeah, as I said, I'm recording this on Friday. Pretty much anytime I get a chance to record, I record. So I've got the opportunity now. But late Thursday night, boy, the internet was fucking going off. All the social medias were going off because Trump, it was announced that Trump tested positive for COVID-19. And Jesus, man, did so many people just go to their fucking social media? I posted something too, but some people are just so fucking, they're celebrating the fact that this guy, that the president of the United States caught one of the most deadliest diseases that there have been in my lifetime for sure. But and it's like, what is that about, man? Like, I don't understand that. Like, I understand I'm not. Don't get me wrong, he's a bad man. He's a bad man. He's a liar, and yeah. But to wish death on people that get COVID, or to wish death on him for testing positive for COVID-19. It's just it looks bad. It looks really bad, and it's everybody. I mean, I understand a lot of people are upset with a lot of stuff that's going on while he's been in office. I get that, and he also did downplay this whole thing, and so it's a little bit ironic, if you want to say that he did, him and a few of his staff members, and even the first lady, tested positive for COVID-19. But Jesus, man, like, it was just, and I did post something because I was just out of just impulse, and all I said was like, oh, Trump test positive for COVID-19, stand by. Because the comment that he made about the Proud Boys standing down and standing by, and which was fucking such bullshit, rather than not downplaying. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know words. But rather than like saying like, hey man, like y'all need to fucking stop that bullshit, y'all fucking Proud Boys, this bullshit, that's not what we're supposed to be about. He just said stand down, stand by. But anyway, but here's the thing. What if he's lying about the whole thing? What if it's a PR stunt and he's lying about COVID-19 and then going into quarantine or going to the hospital for all this stuff? And then, okay, if it's a lie, and he has been known to lie about stuff, what if it's all a lie? And then what's going to happen is it's going to come out in a week or two, oh, free and clear. Now I'm negative of COVID-19. You see, it's really not that bad. I'm a strong human being. I'm a superhuman being, even in my old age. Like, what is that going to look like? Like, that's going to give him so much more a boost. That's going to give him a boost from his Trump supporters. Like, oh, this guy can survive COVID-19. He beat COVID-19. It's not a big deal. Blah 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 blah. It is a fucking big deal. It's a fucking huge deal. So him just like, and he announced it himself. He tweeted about it himself that him and the first lady tested positive for COVID-19. Maybe he's making it up. It wouldn't surprise me if it all comes out like in a couple weeks that, oh, he beat it. He fucking fought it. Symptoms weren't that bad. They were mild symptoms from this deadliest disease that everybody's saying and all this stuff. I don't know. Either way, I believe that he's making it up. I believe it's fake. I believe he's faking it. I don't believe COVID-19 is fake. I believe it's really real. It's very real. But I think that it wouldn't be past President Trump faking a positive COVID-19 test, or testing positive for COVID-19, and then coming out of quarantine and surviving it. What a boost! What a boost right now! What a way to convince people that are on the fence. And a lot of people might be on the fence after that last debate, which is a total shit show, complete shit show. It's pretty sad what our options are for the next president, but you still got to vote. You still got to vote. You still got to do all that stuff. But I can't stand people that are like that can't agree to disagree, especially on social media. Social media is really not that important. Not that it's not important, but it's not real. It's not the real world, Like somehow just this week I gained like fucking 30 followers on Facebook from just people that might know them, like suggest them that might know me or whatever. The friends of friends, mutual friends, all that stuff. It's been going on. Bing, bing, friend request. Bing, bing, friend request. Oh, people I don't even know. People not even in Texas. People not even in my real life circle of people. But it's Facebook. I add them for whatever reason. Facebook's not real. I don't treat it as real. But it's so fucked up to see people like that um, can't even be friends with people that have a difference of opinion from them, or that support a different party that they do, or a different candidate that they do, or they talk, mad shit about the one side or the other side. You can't agree to disagree and all that stuff. Like friends, family, just all that stuff. It just goes to like it's so crazy, and they'll be just so fucking eager to say, if you aren't with me, you're against me. Fucking unfriend me. Blah 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 blah. And that's just like, man, it's ridiculous. That is so fucking ridiculous that people actually have that mindset that we can't agree to disagree, so fucking unfriend me, because I don't want to hear anything that you have to say if it's not anything that I'm going to say, or anything that I've been trained to say, or anything that I've read online or heard online, or a friend of a friend, or whatever told me this. So this is my truth. This is my beliefs. And if you don't believe in my beliefs, if you don't back who I back, if you don't support who I support, unfriend me now. And that shit's just bullshit, man. That shit's bullshit. It's sad. That being said, though, if you like the new Machine Gun Kelly album, fucking unfriend me. Your fucking musical taste is garbage, dude. That album is such fucking garbage. Machine Gun Kelly, get the fuck out of here trying to make a pop punk record. I mean, Jesus Christ. I gave it a chance because Travis Barker is on it, and I fucking love his drums. Travis Barker on anything, I'll check it out. I'll give it a shot. But if you like that album, fucking unfriend me. Unfriend me right now. That's ridiculous. I'm just kidding. One of my best homies likes that album. And he's the one that actually told me about it. And I was like, really? Travis Barker? Machine Gun Kelly? Don't know too much about him. Didn't fucking Eminem fucking roast him? Didn't he lose a diss battle rap? A rap off, a diss off or whatever with Eminem? And it was so bad that he had to turn pop punk and put out a pop punk record with Travis Barker, one of my favorite fucking drummers. Yeah, I'll check it out. And boy, was it dog shit. Was it dog shit. I did find a new band, though. A new band today that I found that just released a new album. And it's fucking great, dude. I haven't heard anything like this in so long. It has a mixture of like a little bit of everything. Like it's fucking heavy, but it still has like little punk drums here and there. Mixture of all different type of stuff. It's great. I don't really know how to say the name. It's Svalbard, Svalbard. New record. Album title is fucking amazing. You ready for this? The album title of this new record from Svalbard is called When I Die, Will I Get Better? That's fucking hardcore. That shit's fucking hardcore. It's a little bit dramatic, if you ask me, but it's pretty catchy. Not catchy as in like, oh, it rolls off the tip of your tongue, but as catchy as like it got my attention. When I die, will I get better? But yeah, check it out. New band, new album. I mean, I think they're not a new band. They're new to me. That's what I'm saying. New to me. New album. Great album. I think I've listened to it to like just today, just 6 times. Just today, back to back to back. It's so fucking great. It's a great album. Yeah. That's it for today, everybody. Thank you for checking out the BarbacoaCore Podcast. Changes are coming. I'm just going to say that. Just going to leave it at that. Let me know what you think. Reach out to me on any way you can. My social media, Twitter and Instagram, at your homie Pat. And you can email me, barbacoacore@gmail.com. And yeah, see you next week. Maybe. We'll see. All right. Take care.